Did you guys see the story, the global warming story about the Antarctica penguin chicks?
No, I have to,
me.
sorry to say.
Excuse me, Harvey, but we don't refer to them as chicks.
Actually, they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these are penguins, and so they're little. This is in Antarctica, where they claim it's warmed faster there than just about anywhere else on the planet due to global warming.
Yeah.
So the penguin chicks are starving. They died by the thousands.
You just say the
this
young
year.
females.
The young female penguins.
Yes.
And they're male penguins too. They're penguin babies.
Doesn't matter. The facts don't
They're
matter.
Starving.
You're an African American, even if you're from Great Britain.
Now the problem is unusually thick ice formed by, of course, global warming and warming temperatures.
Wait, hold it just a sec.
Wait,
That doesn't.
I don't under how it.
Hold it.
Listen to the first sentence. The first sentence says, with unusually thick sea ice forcing their parents to forage further for food in what Conservationist Friday called a catastrophic breeding failure. So first of all, they blame the penguins themselves. Okay, the penguin parents are so stupid they can't have their babies in the right place. Okay, so
Moron penguins.
So first, it's just idiotic penguins. They had this coming to them. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Do we want them to live? I guess, but they're too dumb. Then they attribute the disaster to extensive sea ice in the late summer months, meaning the adult penguins had to travel further to find food, with all the babies dying while they waited. Wait, extensive sea ice in the summer? Extensive sea ice in the summer is brought on by warming? Well, yeah. Jan-Robert Couder, senior penguin scientist at the Atlanta...
Wait. Stop.
So is he a penguin that is a scientist, or is he?
He's a senior penguin scientist.
So he's an old penguin.
So is he
that studied at school?
Is he an old penguin, or just the highest ranking penguin who is also a scientist, or is he a human that studies science and penguins?
It's difficult to tell from this sentence. But he's at the Antarctic Research Station adjacent to the colony, and he said the region was impacted by environmental changes due to the breakup of the Mertz Glacier, which, by the way, happened nowhere near these penguins. It happened way over on the other side of the continent.
But they were walking.
They were walking, and there are other factors they give here. They will give us that there were a few other factors, like a mix of temperature, wind direction, and strength.
Wait, a mix
of temperature.
So it might have been that temperature
really
was
warm temperature.
Could have been really cold.
It could have been really cold temperature. We don't want to say the word cold, though, so I'm assuming it's warm. I'm thinking hot winds.
How many times
and heat caused this?
How many times has your power gone out and you've opened up your refrigerator and you went, it is so hot, it's chilly in there.
And I was thinking the whole time I'm reading this, wait, what is extensive ice caused by? Water and heat. And hot winds.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Brought on by global warming.
Have you seen the ice shelf in Death Valley that is forming?
Oh my gosh, it's huge.
It's gigantic. There's no water and there's no cold in the desert, but this ice shelf that is forming.
When it calves, imagine what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, you'll have little baby calves and chicks.
Yes,
everywhere.
Yes. Nowhere in this article does it say the word colder. Nowhere in the article does it say that temperatures were cold causing this to happen. The whole catastrophe was caused by colder temperatures than normal and more ice than normal, and to the extent that these babies died as a result of it, and they never say the word cold. Yahoo News is just so on board with the Algore machine right now.
Well,
they
better be. Have you heard the latest? We started the show with this. Really frightening development from Algore. He was in an interview, and a reporter asks him, first of all, you're a reporter asking Algore, you think you're being led into the room if you're not pro-global warming?
No, you're not.
You're not. So a reporter asks him, so I've talked to a scientist who is studying the sea level rise in Florida. That's his gig. And he says that it's not happening. And yet in your movie, you say this. And Algore said, well, I don't know who that scientist is. Is he a denier? Well, no, he actually believes in global warming. He just doesn't know if it's as bad as what you're saying. Al Gore then says, "Are you a denier?"
Wow.
Then he says, "No, I too. I'm just questioning if that is accurate in your movie."
And he says, I too agree with man-made global warming. I'm just not sure what the level of problem is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working to try to decipher.
And Al Gore deems him a denier.
Or you are a denier. Because if his answer of saying, yes, I agree with man-made global warming, but I'm not sure how big of a problem it is, yes, you're a denier.
You're a denier.
This is a point Stu's made quite a few times, in that if you're not completely on board with, yes, it is happening, yes, it is caused all by man, yes, it is catastrophic, then you're a denier.
No. And yes, carbon tax. This guy believes in a carbon tax. Both the scientist and the reporter that have now been deemed deniers. He believes in a carbon tax. So you have to believe in the carbon tax. You have to believe in everything that they want to do is the right thing. Otherwise, you are now a denier.
That's a terrifying.
It's frightening.
Standard.
It is frightening because they're starting to say that people who don't believe as they do must lose their jobs. And in some cases, they're suggesting jail time for them. Yeah. The charges be brought against them.
So this scientist has left his job.
He did.
He left his job. They started a campaign against him for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, he left. He still has his job. I think he's moved his studies to other. He's talking about. He does a lot of studies on like doping and like the Olympics and stuff like that. Now he's like moved to that area instead of global warming because he doesn't want to deal with it.
He said, "I need to operate in a field where everybody's not trying to get me fired."
Has he applied for senior penguin scientist?
He's not a penguin. He can't.
If he was a penguin, we would call him.
I got it.
But then again, penguins can never get their cell phones out. And
true.
The flippers, they can't actually.
Well, they use Bluetooth, I think, mostly.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Peck it with their beaks.